BB&T. All we see is you.
Tonight, the deadly nor'easter slamming several states as we come on the air, what's called a bomb cyclone. From the Carolinas up through D.C., Philly, New York, and Boston. Hurricane-force winds at points reaching more than 80 miles per hour, knocking down trees onto homes and cars. The major storm surge at this hour and the real concern in many places, the worst is yet to come tonight. Also this evening, the travel nightmare because of this, thousands of flights canceled and Amtrak in the Northeast shut down at this hour. Also tonight, we have new reporting on Jared Kushner, President Trump's son-in-law, and those meetings inside the White House. And then hundreds of millions of dollars in loans to help his family's business. Tonight, new reporting, what then happened after all of that, raising new questions tonight. The deadly shooting at a school, a student opening fire, reportedly on his own family. The lockdown, students barricaded in rooms. The dramatic police takedown on an American highway. From the air, you can see the SWAT teams jumping out of cars and into action. And news today on the deadly flu and children and what you need to know.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us to end another week, and what a way to end it. Horrific driving up and down the East Coast tonight. Those hurricane-force wind gusts reaching more than 80 miles an hour, and now word tonight this nor'easter has been deadly. The pilot of this plane struggling against the wind in Washington, D.C., aborting the landing. There is a ground stop at Newark right now after stops at LaGuardia and JFK. The storm surge, several feet. These images from Sagamore Beach in Massachusetts. A multi-car accident on I-380 in the Poconos in Pennsylvania tonight. And look at this. The nor'easter as seen from space right there along the northeast. We do have the track of this at this hour, and ABC's Gio Benitez is in Scituate, Massachusetts, leading us off.
Massive waves shooting into the air and overcoming the seawall as that monster nor'easter lashes the East Coast. The coastal flood alert stretching from Maryland to Maine. The wind starting early and getting stronger. You can just see we're already feeling these wind gusts of 35 miles per hour, probably even more. Along the Massachusetts coast, the highest gusts clocking in above 80 miles per hour, the kind of wind you see in hurricanes.
This seawall here is about 20 feet high, so the winds are already jumping over the wall here.
Even peeling the siding right off homes. The powerful mix of rain and wind flooding streets, overtaking vehicles. First responders using a front-end loader to rescue stranded residents, children carried to dry land. A raft used to rescue this pair and a dog. Tonight, the high winds creating chaos. More than 2.2 million customers losing power. Gusts toppling a semi in Newport, Rhode Island, another on its side northeast of Baltimore. This school bus overturned in Pennsylvania. The driver injured, but no students on board. Trees crashing onto vehicles across the region. And onto houses, too. Tragically, outside Richmond, Virginia, a 6-year-old died after a tree fell onto his family's home. The major storm also bringing heavy snow further inland, already more than a foot in some places. Whiteout conditions outside Scranton, Pennsylvania, dozens of accidents in Westchester County, New York. Christina Rossi, grateful to be alive.
If I hit that tree at probably a few feet in front of me, I don't think I'd be here to tell the tale.
And Gio Benitez with us from a very windy, stormy Scituate, Massachusetts tonight. The storm surge, a big concern at this hour. And Gio, if you can hear me, the worst is yet to come.
Absolutely, David. And this incredible wind that you're seeing right now, this is actually coming off the ocean. And when that high tide rolls in later tonight around midnight, we could see a record-breaking storm surge and some serious flooding here, David.
All right, Gio, you and the team stay safe. And as I mentioned, thousands of flights canceled. That aborted landing we showed you, and Amtrak tonight paralyzed. Here's ABC's David Curley on that part of the story.
This is the story of the storm whipping winds as a 737 tries to land in D.C.
Southwest 5875, go around, climb and maintain 2000.
Maintain 2000, 58.
So hard to land and take off, American Airlines is suspending flights at JFK for the rest of the night. LaGuardia, where the wind peeled the roof off of a building, suffered a suspension earlier. More than 3,000 flights canceled by midday. The winds have been relentless, gusting 40, 50, 60 miles an hour and are expected to affect flights into tomorrow. In the air, jets buffeted by turbulence. One pilot landing included in his weather report this: pretty much everyone on the plane threw up. Pilots were on the verge of throwing up. Even passengers lined up for takeoff got the bad news.
We're going to hang out for a while and see if they do die down, but they're not forecast to really until much later tonight.
Minneapolis, canceled and canceled. And it's also canceled out of BWI. Everything is canceled.
And not just in the air. Rail stations flooded. Amtrak saying the inclement weather forced it to shut down the Northeast Corridor between Boston and Washington, D.C.
There is nothing worse, David, as being a passenger coming down on one of those planes, of course, and all this wind. You're live at Reagan National tonight. Airports up and down the coast with major cancellations. Amtrak shut down in the Northeast. It's going to be an ugly weekend for travelers trapped.
It really is, David. With this wind continuing through the evening, it'll probably take the entire weekend for the airlines to get back on schedule. And Amtrak has trees covering the tracks even south of Washington. It's going to take some time to clear those tracks as well.
Yeah, what a mess indeed. David, thank you. Let's get right to senior meteorologist Rob Marciano. He's live tonight in Central Valley, New York, near I-87, where you can see the snow came down in force today. Hey, Rob.
Hey, David, it certainly did. The cold sector of the storm, the snow piling up. Blizzard warnings not far from here. 32 inches of snow officially reported in central New York. All right, let's show you where the storm is. It is bombed out today, sitting just off the coast, and we still have rain, wind, and snow to contend with tonight. But it will drift south, and that will all come to an end. But the high winds and the coastal flooding will continue through at least tomorrow morning. There are your warnings. 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts, potentially 40 in D.C. and Philly, maybe 70 miles an hour there, and the coastal flooding, at least 2 more high tide cycles. This has been a storm for the ages, David.
All right, we'll remember it for sure. Rob, thank you. Now to the White House tonight, and new questions swirling about Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law, after the New York Times first reported on Kushner's meetings inside the White House with banks and investors, and then hundreds of millions of dollars in loans to help Kushner's family business. And tonight, what happened after those meetings and after all of that money, bringing even new scrutiny. Here's Chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl tonight.
The president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is facing mounting questions over whether he used his West Wing position to help bail out his family's real estate empire. The New York Times has reported Kushner had several White House meetings with an executive of Apollo Global Management, one of the world's largest private equity firms, even discussing a possible White House job. Several months later, Apollo approved a $184 million loan to the Kushner family business. And today, ABC News has learned that soon after that loan, the Securities and Exchange Commission closed an investigation into Apollo. There's no evidence of a quid pro quo, but there are serious questions about that timeline. Jared Kushner's lawyer says he has taken no part of any business, loans, or projects for his family business since joining the White House. And from Kushner Companies, we do not update Jared on what's going on in our business, nor does he ask. The White House is standing by him.
Jared's still a valued member of the administration, and he's going to continue to focus on the work that he's been doing.
At the beginning of the Trump presidency, Kushner's portfolio seemed all-encompassing.
Every day, I come to work with enthusiasm and excitement for what can be.
But Kushner has been stripped of his top-secret national security clearance, and the Washington Post reports several countries believed he could be manipulated because of his inexperience and financial debts.
You've seen the Washington Post about potentially being compromised by foreign countries.
Publicly, the president defends his son-in-law.
Jared's done an outstanding job.
But sources tell ABC News the president is now privately raising questions with top advisors about his son-in-law's White House role and potential ties to his family business. Multiple Trump advisors say they have heard the president question whether it is time for Kushner and first daughter Ivanka Trump to move on from the White House.
So let's get to John Karl. He's live inside the White House tonight, the briefing room there. And John, Jared Kushner has also clashed at times with the chief of staff there, John Kelly.
Well, there's been tension from the start as Chief of Staff Kelly has curtailed Kushner's once open access to the Oval Office, also curtailed his role here at the White House. One symbolic measure of that is at morning staff meetings. I'm told that the Chief of Staff routinely calls on all of the president's senior advisors for brief statements, and he calls on Kushner, I am told, almost always last.
sign in the room. John, on the bigger question here on security clearances that you've been reporting on, because we know that Kushner was one of many working with temporary security clearance. That's been taken away from him and others. You were with the Chief of Staff, John Kelly, today. He was asked when he learned of all of this.
Well, he said about a month after he took office as Chief of Staff in September, he became aware of just how many people in the White House staff were on interim security clearances. And what he said is, quote, "It was more people than I was comfortable with." That's when he started looking into putting an end to it.
All right, John Karl in the briefing room tonight. John, thank you. Next tonight, President Trump and the late night meeting at the White House last night that we learned about with the NRA. The NRA clearly not happy with what the president said at the White House this week, siding oftentimes with Democrats on many of their ideas on schools and gun violence. Well, now, after that meeting with the NRA last night, the White House now changing course on what the president said. ABC's Mary Bruce tonight asking, are these broken promises already?
Tonight, President Trump appears to be bowing to the demands of the NRA, just 2 days after scolding lawmakers for being afraid of them.
Some of you people are petrified of the NRA. You can't be petrified.
But late last night, top NRA officials came to the White House. The president tweeting, "Good, great meeting in the Oval Office." The NRA agrees. Their top lobbyist tweeting, "POTUS and V. POTUS support the Second Amendment, support strong due process, and don't want gun control." The about face is what Democrats had feared and predicted. Do you think the president's calls for broader reforms are going to stick?
It's up to the president. The question is, was this words, or is the president going to actually put some action behind it?
Trump told Democrats like Chris Murphy that he supported their call for universal background checks.
We can't get it done. There's nothing else like that. Where it works, people want it, and we can't do it.
But you have a different president now.
Well, listen,
I mean, you went through a lot of presidents and you didn't get it done.
Mr. President, it's going to have to be you that brings the Republicans to the table on this, because right now the gun lobby would stop it in its tracks.
I like that responsibility, Chris. I really do. I think it's time. It's time that a president stepped up.
But today, the White House walked that back.
It's not necessarily universal background checks, but certainly improving the background check system.
In the meeting, Trump called for legislation raising the minimum age to purchase rifles, like the one used by the Florida shooter.
It doesn't make sense that I have to wait till I'm 21 to get a handgun, but I can get this weapon at 18. I don't know. So I was just curious as to what you did in your bill.
We didn't address it, Mr. President. Look, I think
you know why? Because you're afraid of the NRA, right?
But now the question, is President Trump afraid of the NRA too? Tonight, the White House is also changing course on raising that minimum purchase age.
He thinks it would probably have more potential in the states than it would at a federal level.
And Mary Bruce joins us now from Capitol Hill. And Mary, Republicans and Democrats both say they need the president to lead the charge on any kind of gun legislation. Republicans did not like what they heard from the president. Democrats are trying to hold him to his word now, but they want to know exactly what he supports. Tonight, that's unclear?
David, Democrats today are blasting the president for changing his tune. It's been more than 2 weeks since this shooting and still no movement here on Capitol Hill. The Senate Democratic leader tonight says it shows once again that negotiating with this president is like negotiating with Jell-O. David.
Mary Bruce rounding out another week on Capitol Hill. President Trump not backing down on tariffs tonight, despite the stock market reacting with high anxiety and despite criticism that America's trading partners could retaliate and do the same to us. In the last 24 hours, the president saying he will impose stiff tariffs on imports of aluminum and steel. And today, the president tweeting, trade wars are good and easy to win. Next, the manhunt in Michigan at this hour after a deadly school shooting at Central Michigan University. 2 people shot dead tonight, and we have just learned that police now say the 2 shot and killed were the shooter's parents. ABC's Alex Perez is on the scene tonight.
Tonight, an all-out manhunt as police use canines, boats, and choppers to search for a college sophomore and suspected killer.
You should consider him to be armed and dangerous.
Authorities say 19-year-old James Eric Davis Jr. is suspected of fatally shooting 2 people at Central Michigan University before slipping away. At 8:30 a.m., police start receiving calls of shots fired at Campbell Hall Dormitory.
15 units have a possible homicide.
Police swarm the campus, frightened students barricading themselves in their dorm rooms. The campus placed on lockdown, the university issuing this alert.
Please stay clear of the area.
Authorities say the 2 people found dead were not students.
We believe this situation involves a domestic-type incident.
Late today, authorities saying Davis shot in